I, 20M, couldn't stop being pushy about sex with my GF, 21F.
I, 20M, only had sex with my GF, 21F, once, which was a month ago. We have been dating for a year now, and the lack of sex is a little bit concerning for my mental health maybe. The reason behind it was her parents told her over and over to not have sex, maybe due to the experience of her ex cheating on her. There's also maybe an issue, which is my retroactive jealousy. Almost every day for months, I kept getting intrusive thoughts of her and her ex having sex. They had sex more often than me, which was every 2-3 weeks or so. Before her parents told her about that, we almost never had sex because my GF didn't want to, and the reasoning behind it were that it is too early and she didn't want her parents to find out, which is already happening now. We suspected that maybe they checked on my GF's phone. Also, she was prohibited never to meet me again. She refused to do so because she needed me.
I can't break up with her, just for sex to become the reason for it. She's a wonderful girl, and I love her more than I love anything, but this situation made me worse and worse. She also has depression, which I already helped her a lot. She didn't even care about her hygiene, and now she is. She always told me about how I gave her some impact onto her life, and she needs me more than she needs anything else. This made me feel sad, too, considering she only needs me, and I need sex just for this relationship to be happy for me. I need some advice for my lust tbh. I'm done doing everything I could. I did watch a lot of porn, to the point I'm addicted, just to fill the hole inside of me, and it didn't work out. I also tried semen retention, which made me more aggressive than ever and resented my girlfriend. I tried masturbating with less intensity and without porn, which works quite a while, but I need to play video games a lot in the meantime and keep a distance with my GF. Also, I would like to give an emphasis that for me, this relationship and her are not the problem here.
The problem is my want for sex that I couldn't control. So, how do I control these urges? How do I make this relationship work without sex, because I would never make my GF lie to her parents? Advice needed, thanks.
Y'all are in your 20s. Her parents being involved in y'all's sex lives is toxic and creepy.
This relationship is woefully unhealthy. I can't break up with her, just for sex to become a reason for it. You can break up with anyone over anything. Why is your GF's parents so involved in her details of her sex life? I mean, sexual compatibility is important and your GF isn't mature enough for this relationship since she is letting her parents control her sex life. But if compatible isn't enough of a reason, do you want her parents or siblings or future in-laws, if you just keep going with this, to always be so up in your business, cause they will be.
During the honeymoon period of a lot of relationships, most couples can't keep their hands off of each other. Can't stop banging. You and your girlfriend have been together for a year and only banged once, and she has shown no interest and no motivation for a repeat performance. And it hasn't been getting better for you. I can't break up with her, just for sex to become a reason for it. Why not? It's an important aspect to a relationship, and in one way or another is probably the major reason behind most breakups. I know this is cliché, but as one who has dated a depressed girl who also didn't even bother with basic hygiene until we met, and constantly told me I saved her life, and who also withheld sex for a long time because of her trauma. Let me tell you, if you love this girl, and don't want to lose all your hair, then let her go. You will hurt her and she will hurt you. Unless you can get your communication to a very high level. Tell her everything you feel and listen to everything she says with an accepting and loving heart. You're young. You're gonna mess up and make mistakes. And this relationship will be painful though. Maybe there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe not. Your GF is 21 and has warped ideas about sex because of her parents. This is not your fault. Wanting a normal sexual relationship as a young adult is perfectly normal. You don't have to stay with somebody that is not at your level. I'm sure she's a very nice girl. But her hang-ups are not your fault or your problem. Don't spend your 20s beating yourself up for being perfectly normal. Please. We almost never had sex because my GF didn't want to. I couldn't stop being pushy about sex with my GF. Having sexual unmet needs is important to you. You cannot control your wants, desires to meet your unmet needs. You could reconsider if this relationship is meeting your needs since she told you she doesn't want to have sex. Don't push her. So, how do I control these urges? How do I make this relationship work without sex because I would never make my GF lie to her? Parents? I mean, the things you have been doing might work again. Maybe if you continue switching them around. But frankly, I'd say it'll never work out like this. It is noble of you to say things like, I can't break up with her, just for sex to become a reason for it. But you are missing an important point here. Sex is not irrelevant for you. So you are always missing out in this relationship the way it currently is. And that will never stop. It will only grow worse. It actually might get you into a clinical depression or something like that. I know people who had that happen. Because, let's face it, those urges are nothing you can control in any way that is healthy in the long run. And you shouldn't have to. Everybody has things they are looking for and need in a relationship. Of course, everybody has different needs and wishes and interests, so the trick is to find someone who matches that in as far as they can fulfill your needs and wishes while you fulfill theirs. By the way, I am not saying you should break up with her yet, but you need to be honest and talk to her honestly, telling her that your current sex life is not working out for you and making you miserable. You've been together for a whole year and have had sex before. And with her ex, she had sex much more often. So there's hope she is not opposed in principle. Talk to her and try to find out what it takes for you two to work on your sex life. Seriously, communication is the key. Without communication, it'll never work. And, well, regarding her parents, maybe you can help her in some way or another. But it has to be her talking to them if necessary. They can't possibly expect her to never have sex with her boyfriend of more than a year. In case that your girlfriend should dismiss your needs, however, and does not want to work on them, then she is not the right partner for you. Yes, she might be wonderful in other aspects. But frankly, you will find good aspects in virtually any woman. That's not what counts. What counts is that you two must be compatible overall. No major needs or interests must be unfulfilled. If it turns out that she does not at all want to adjust your sex life, then that would mean you two are, in the end, not compatible. There is no shame in breaking up about sex not working. Just like your minds need to be compatible, your bodily needs have to be compatible, too. She's 21. She's too old to be using her parents' opinions as an excuse for how she lives her life. If she doesn't want to, that's her choice. She just needs to own her choices. You have a right to your own wants. The lack of sex is creating distance. If you decided to end it, it's perfectly understandable. You're not leaving her for just sex. You and she seem incompatible when it comes to the physical aspect of a relationship. You both deserve a great relationship. And when the situation results in a relationship that can't be close, that's not a great relationship. You need to break up. You all are incompatible. No amount of therapy changes things or reframes the issue. You both need the opportunity to find someone who is a better match. Dude, just break up. Is not going to get any better. You're too young for this BS. Trust me. Try to talk. But if she's bringing up her parents, you know that this is already over. Physical intimacy is the cornerstone of a healthy relationship. Sometimes people aren't on the same page. It's good to recognize this and move forward. I'm not sure what your culture is, but to me your sex life is none of their business. I don't know why she'd need to lie to her parents about it at the age of 21. Why are they asking? I'm a 23-year-old female. I got married to my 25-year-old husband at the age of 19. Our life is ours. Once we kept parents out of our personal business, our relationship got 100 times better. It's supposed to be you and her, not you, her and her parents. I personally wouldn't be with someone that tells their parents that kind of thing. First time you're in a fight, she will tell them, and while she will forget, they want.
You can and should break up over this.
You don't get to pressure your girlfriend about sex. You can, however, break up with your girlfriend BC you would like to have sex, and would like to be free to pursue that elsewhere. If sex is a thing you'd like in a relationship, and you aren't getting enthusiastic consensual sex, then this isn't a good relationship for you, and you should end it. It bugs me how often people downplay sex in relationships. Every post like this contains some form of, I know sex isn't that important, but yes it is. That's the person you are saying, I will only do this with you, and if it doesn't match, then one or both will never be happy about it. If it's affecting your happiness in a relationship, then maybe this isn't a match for you. I mean, she probably isn't happy with someone pestering her and being moody about doing it all the time when she doesn't want it.
Break up.
I can't break up with her just for sex to become a reason for it. Yes, you can. Relationship is about compatibility, and intimacy is a huge part of it.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.